Hey, welcome back everybody. Today I'm coming at you with the best close range weapons for DMZ Season 4 Reloaded. This update changed a couple of things, so check out these builds. I think there's one that's going to definitely surprise you, but you got to give it a try and see how it works for you. All right, the first weapon I'm coming at you with is a KV broadside build. Now, this weapon was awesome before, but for some reason they thought they needed to give it a buff, so they did, and here we are. It may be toxic, but it's really, really good. The first thing we're going to throw on it is the Point G3P laser. That's going to help with our hip fire recoil and our sprint to fire speed. Then we're going to throw on the JL Sport 8 barrel, and that's going to help us out with our damage range, our velocity, our recoil control, and our hip fire accuracy. This is definitely a hip fire build gun, so I wouldn't even consider ADS with this thing. It's not really necessary. Then for the muzzle, we're going to throw on the Bryson choke. This is going to help with tightening up that pellet spread to make it more accurate when you're firing from the hip like that. And to increase the toxicity even more, we're going to throw on the Dragon's Breath. And then we're going to throw on the 25 shell drum because it can wipe out an entire team or a whole cluster of bots like it's nothing. Now let's take this over to the firing range and I'll show you a couple things here. You don't even, I mean, with this thing, you can just spam it. This is a hip fire build. And even then you can see it all the way out at this second range is pretty good. But right here is where you're going to use it. Right up close like this, you're going to go spray a team and just go absolutely insane on them. Okay, so it's broken, it's stupid, but here we are. Right, and the biggest thing is once you start spraying these rounds, the enemy can't even see. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. We'll throw in the 3-play here and you just see it's stupid. It shouldn't even be in the game, but here we are. The next amazing DMZ Season 4 Reloaded build I got for you is the Latchman sub. Now this has been good ever since the game came out, but it's definitely held itself in the category of best close range weapon, and especially since the ISO got a nerf, I think it puts us more up in the top of the meta. So here's what we're going to do to build it. We're going to throw on the 1 milliwatt laser. This is just going to help with your ADS time in case you like to ADS with it. And then for the barrel, we're going to throw on the FTAC M sub 12-inch. Now that's going to help us with our recoil, our damage range, hip fire if you want to use it that way, and our bullet velocity. And then we're also going to throw on the X10 RR40 muzzle. This is going to help us with first keeping us off the map. It's going to help with velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness, so you got a lot of awesome perks there. And then we're going to throw on the 50-round drum as we always do in DMZ. And then for the grip, we're going to throw on the Latchman TCG10, which is going to help with our recoil control and keeping us pretty steady on our target. Let's go ahead and grab this in the firing range real quick. Make sure we got 3 plates on our bots. Okay. As you'll see, this thing does kill pretty quick. You can always go after that longer target with this, but this is not really what it's for. It's really for like right about here with this first dummy. And you see, I'm not even hitting headshots really, and it kills pretty quick. It's a good gun. You can kind of hit the target far out. You got to burst a little bit, and it's still viable, but obviously that's just not what it's built for. This is for close range. So you can see it kills pretty quick. If you hit a headshot, it kills even quicker. And it's just a great gun. The last thing I got for you on this list may be a little bit of a surprise, and it's the FS Hurricane. I'll tell you, this thing isn't crazy overpowered or anything, but I was using it for the challenges for the event for the 250 SMG kills. I was using it in multiplayer, and I kind of stumbled upon this build. I tried it a couple different ways, and I finally settled on something. I'll tell you what, this thing absolutely tore it up. So let's take a look here. First thing we're going to throw on is the Schlager box. Now this thing is going to just be for ADS speed. I don't use this as a hip fire build. If you want to, it would be quite a different build for you. We're going to skip over the muzzle for now because I want to talk about that a little bit more. We're going to throw on the Commando 4 grip. We're going to throw on overpressured, and we're going to throw on the Phantom grip. Now the biggest attachment, the most important you got to put on this is a spiral flash hider muzzle. And then when you do, you're going to want to tune it. Now look at this. This is something kind of unique, the gun kick control. Put this up about 3/4 or about plus 0.23. This thing is absolutely insane, and it just stays almost in the same spot when you tune this up. I go up a little bit on my recoil smoothness as well. For the Commando, I go all the way up for recoil stabilization and down just a little bit for aim walking movement speed. And then for overpressured, I don't tune it at all. I just leave it where it's at. For the Phantom grip, I leave it where it's at as well. Okay, now let's take this in the firing range and I can show you what I'm talking about. I tried a couple builds with this, and then I did that tuning after, and man, I'll tell you what, I love this thing. It really has a nice predictable recoil to it, and when you tune that gun kick control, Pretty easy control right there. Okay, it has 50 automatically in the clip. Tell you what, and especially if you hit a couple of headshots with this, you know what, I want to go ahead, let me go 3 plates on these. I keep forgetting you can do that now. And I tell you what, this thing just absolutely tears it up, and it's something different you can use. You don't got to use the same guns all the time. I tell you, this thing is really good. Now this is, I'm talking for DMZ right now, but you can also use this multiplayer and it absolutely tears it up. But it's something unique you can use. I like the iron sight. It's got a pretty clean iron sight on it, and it's just a good gun. It's got pretty good movement on it, right, as you can see. The strafe isn't quite the best, but I'll tell you, it's definitely worth using it. And you can even hit the target all the way out. It's just a little jumpy when you get out that far. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed these builds, and if you do and you like the DMZ content that I'm putting out, I would really suggest you hit that subscribe button, like the video. It helps the algorithm and it really helps me build my channel. I appreciate you being here, and just remember that everything you do matters, and I hope you have a great day.